So, life's been moving, God's been working, and things have been shifting quite a bit all around me. Welcome to the new apartment. Just moved in. It's going on just about a month here, and there's a lot of exciting things going on. I want to start by saying that the transition from the previous employer that I was working with, 30 Hop, has officially happened. Long story short, it was a chapter in life, and I was getting comfortable, complacent, and I feel that God went ahead and closed that door and opened me up to a new door, which I'm really excited to share with you guys about. And I think that I've just derived a few observations about life through this. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. God has a impeccable ability to have perfect timing and is also an amazing support system in my life. And abruptly, I was terminated and parted ways with 30 Hop, kind of out of the blue, but also as I kind of observed things happening, it was only a matter of time, just due to the fact that that was supposed to be a specific phase in my life, and it wasn't supposed to last long, because at the end of the day, I felt that working in the service industry, although fun, got to meet some amazing people, not only the people that I worked with, but also some of the regulars that I was able to create relationships with, was incredible. But nonetheless, it was not supposed to last long. And that ended, and I have not worked for about 2.5, 3 weeks, as I've been interviewing, as I've been searching the market and kind of just talking with God and trying to figure out what it was going to be next in my life and what it looked like for me as I move and relocate and get into a bigger space, a nicer space, a space that speaks more to the person that I am right now and that I'm growing into be. I think that this job that I recently accepted about 4 days ago speaks to the evolution and the growth that is being had in my life. I'm super stoked to share with you guys that I am a talent advisor for Marvel Medical Staffing here in Omaha, Nebraska. I will be working with CNAs, RNs, and physical therapists, an assortment of positions within the healthcare industry. And I'm really excited about this opportunity. I think it's going to allow me to utilize my ability to communicate, my ability to establish rapport and trust with people that I just met. It allows me to be more of who I am, which is what I really got from 30 Hop. And it's crazy because as I was working at 30 Hop in the last few months, I had been on this idea that I wanted to get into creating my own staffing agency that would specialize in the trades as well as in trucking. I think that these are industries that are seeing a low volume of people enter into them, and I see a lack of knowledge from the youth and from graduates about these opportunities, whether that's a high school graduate or a college graduate. You know, these are trades, these are careers that are lucrative. Yes, you have to work hard, but they are in such high demand that the job security of them going forward is both lucrative and promising at the same time. So I was really excited to get going into this, and I was reaching out to a good friend of mine, Taylor. Shout outs to Taylor, who was working for a med staffing company, the one that I'm actually working with now. And I was asking her just a few questions and trying to pick at her brain about how to acquire clients, how to acquire workers, what the paperwork process and the systems and the processes that they had in place look like, so that I could go ahead and start to formulate some of my own systems and build the foundation of the staffing agency. Well, then everything happened with 30 Hop, and the door closed, and I reached back out to Taylor, hit her up, and was just asking her about the opportunity to go ahead and move myself into something that was already established, had systems and processes in place. And after just further conversation, they weren't hiring, and she reached back out about an hour later after she let me know that they weren't hiring, and said that they are always taking interviews with referrals. And it just so happens that this company, without going too far into details, is re-evaluating, or let's just say re-strategizing and reconfiguring what their business model looks like. And it just so happens that it, to me, gives it a little bit of a start-up culture sort of vibe, even though this has been a company that's been around for 5 going on 6 years. They've brought in a new COO, they've brought in a new CRO, they've brought in these C-suites that are here to really revolutionize what this business looks like and become even more of a competitor with the other staffing agencies here in the metro, but also, nationwide. And so the position that I'm specifically going to be in is one that is fast paced. It is really demanding on the side of things, of the ability to ask questions, be inquisitive. And so I think that with how God has made me and who I'm finding myself to be through reading the Bible, reading more about psychology, reading about my own tendencies, strength finder test, and all this, I've gathered a really good insight on the position. I feel if I'm going to be working in corporate America, like what I should be doing, and this position fits it all. So it's crazy how God has turned these things, over the last year, especially all of these events and these situations that have happened that have been outside of my control. I feel it's so powerful how he's been grooming me to find myself right here and right now, and how all that has taught me about my adaptability, my ability to persevere, my ability to adapt, and my ability to trust more in him, to have more faith that he's going to be bringing me through these things, and that there's a reason why I'm going through these things. And I think that's the message, the deeper message of my observation of everything that I've been experiencing in life. And life's just been good. It hasn't been, I feel it hasn't been such highs and such lows. It's been even keel. But I think from an outside perspective, it could be seen as such highs and such lows. But because of my presence and my foundation being grounded and the understanding that this is all a part of the journey, and that the higher power that has my back has provided me with a level of confidence to move forward, with ability in my mind and in my soul and my spirit to stay strong, to stay steady, and to not doubt, to have more faith, and to know that it's never going to look like I want it to look like, but to trust in the process, trust what is happening behind the scenes, and everything will take care of itself. And this new position, it's fully remote. I'm going to have the ability to be able to travel. I'm going to have the opportunity to, do work on my terms and control the results, not control the results, control the inputs, and the results and the outputs from that are going to be unlimited. It really seems like a company that preaches and that lives, more importantly, by the motto of rehumanizing healthcare. And to me, all that means is making it personal, not seeing these people as a number. And that's an ability that I have within myself. So turning 30 years old, which, yeah, I turned 30 about a month ago as well. So I know it's been a minute since we talked. And again, this is just a career. This is a path on this journey that I see having a very long-term success. I see it meshing really well with the person that I want to continue to grow into and the life that I want to live. And so I just wanted to share with you guys the message of, it's not always what we want in the moment that we get, but if we can have the faith and the belief that what is happening to us is happening for a reason and is a part of a plan that we don't have a scope of, but understanding that every day we're being brought to wake up in the morning and understand that there are steps to be taken, that's where the power lies. And it gets even more powerful when we start to realize that we're not at this alone. We have the creator of creation in our back pocket, by our side, leading the way. And it is a responsibility of ours to just sit in that passenger seat, strap that seatbelt on, and go for the ride. Navigate, help God navigate, help God find the, take the next steps or get us to the next place by putting in action into life. And but trust and have faith. I can't say those things more than enough, because I feel with how my life has looked in the last 12 months, that's the core principles. Those are the key characteristics of what I've had to show to be able to, honestly, like, stay out of depression, stay from just falling face first, from staying down. And now here we are at a turning point and a precipice of this new endeavor and this new journey with such high reward. I'm very excited for the opportunity. I'm very adamant about making sure that I take this and give it everything that I got, so that in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, I can look back and I can say confidently that I gave it everything, and that this stage of my life was the moment that changed the overall trajectory, not only for myself, but the family that I look to have, and the impact that I look to have on those that may feel lost or may feel like the world's just continually jabbing at them, like it's all happening for us and not to us. So just wanted to share that quick little message. I'm going to be so much better, I promise you guys. I promise, with content and just documenting my life's journey, sharing all my travels, sharing what it is to be a recruiter in healthcare, hoping to provide more value to people about how to speak, how to negotiate, how to have quality conversations, establish rapport, all of these things, with the main core concept of this channel just showcasing you guys what it is to be who you are, embrace that, and then the world react to that. And when we're doing it genuinely and with good intuition, with intuition and with good intention, how the world rewards that, how reality rewards that, and how we can literally create change in our lives through the mindset, through the actions that we're taking, and through the faith and belief we have in something greater than ourselves, that it's leading us to a place of prosperity, of peace, and blessings. So love you guys, appreciate you. Any questions, any content you'd like to see, holler at me, let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, till next time, we'll see ya and be blessed.